Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening once again to the AfroMattt Show. And you know what? Today, it's not late because this is the new date. It's always just going to come out. We're going to switch it from Sundays to Mondays because we can't do Sundays. Because Nick has trouble waking up before 12 o'clock noon. Nick. So now we have this jank ass setup. So Nick's on his phone. Nick, say something.
Something.
Okay. And
Wait, was that awful?
well,
Is it like
sounds
so
like you're
bad?
on a payphone. Yeah. I mean, you're on a phone. It's not high def.
Hey, oh my God, wait, am I on the AfroMattt show? I'm calling in from Texas.
We have a caller in today. What's your problem?
So my problem is at night for some reason I get 50% packet loss just all the time.
Internet problems?
Yeah, I'm actually talking to you via a 4G/5G network. It just switches depending on how it's feeling.
What network do you use?
I have AT&T.
There's your problem. Actually, I think I also use AT&T, so I can't say anything.
I'm probably gonna cringe so bad when I go back and listen to this.
It's fine. I mean, it's funny that you sound like you're a caller. Like you're just calling in. It sounds like you're the expert. Like we have the expert calling in.
Yeah, but I want to be
Well,
like crispy.
let's just come up with a backstory on why Nick's out. Nick's actually doing research in Amsterdam, right? Amsterdam right now. Nick, what are you researching?
In Amsterdam, I'm researching. I'm not. Uh, let's put it this way. I had to travel to Europe because I've been contacted by somebody, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they found this guy that's alive,
Mm-hmm.
and I just happen to be the most experienced genealogist, and I'm supposed to be testing if he's a certain superpower from World War II.
Hitler's alive. You're with Hitler.
That's not what I
Put Hitler
said.
on the
That's
phone.
not
Put
what
Hitler on the phone. Put him on the
you
phone.
want me to get him?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Hitler on the mic right now. Hitler, what's up?
I don't, dude. He's taking it, dude. Do you know how old he is? He's taking. I don't even know if he can talk.
Dude, we
This
know
guy
he took
won't
the
talk.
Uber.
I know he was his lawyer.
You know he took the Ubermensch potion, bro.
He'd
Put him on.
probably get really mad. He has like night terrors. It's so annoying. I
Imagine
wake
his
up.
night terrors. He's just
I'm like, what
screaming.
are you doing?
Maklag. Just screaming obscenities into the void.
Yeah, I think he's Hitler because I asked him what his name was and he said Schnitzel, and I'm like, dude.
That's him.
Yeah, I'm like, what's your last name? And they took a couple seconds to know what to say. Schnitzel. Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
That's who you claim to be.
My name's Schnitzel. I'm from Amsterdam. You should ask him what his take is on Jews and see how long it takes him to come up with the answer.
He just starts sweating profusely.
You should just tell him that you're a Jew.
Just get it out.
Yeah. He just starts sweating.
Yeah. We have him like I was kind of hoping I could get him to confess more if I gave him some time with the GIMP. I don't know if I told you this. We got the GIMP back.
You brought the GIMP
He
to
ran away
Amsterdam.
last time. I think he shot me in the balls or something.
I don't know.
He's back. He's cuddling with allegedly Hitler.
So Hitler, how old would Hitler be right now if he was actually if he's alive?
I don't know what's Hitler's birthday is a significant day, right? It falls on another holiday.
420.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember, I got in trouble. I wore my 420. Okay. I don't know if I've told this on the podcast before. I wore my 420 shirt to school. I think I already did. But new listeners or whatever, I wore my 420 shirt to school. I got called to the office. The resource officer was there. He's like, "Hey," the principal was also there. Principal's like, "Hey, Matt, do you know what that number means?" I'm like, I played the stupid card. I'm like, I don't know what this number means. It's just a meme. He's like, well, that's the day Hitler was born. And not only that, but it's the day that what school got shot up? What was the school? A famous school that got shot up with like two edgy kids.
Harvard.
No, two edgy kids shot up the school in like trench
Oh, it's
coats.
Columbine.
Columbine. Yes, the Columbine shooting also happened on 420. Just some little facts for you.
That's even more reason to celebrate.
I mean, if you're
I mean, Memorial Day's a holiday. Are you using a Teco cooler on a body armor?
what? Yeah. Yep. It's a koozie. It keeps it cold.
Yeah,
Is that what a koozie does?
I don't know.
A koozie eliminates condensation, so you don't lose the cold. The cold doesn't release as condensation, right?
You're talking to the wrong guy.
That's not what I specialize in.
I mean, I imagine it's some kind of artificial insulation.
It's got to be something. I love that guy who's just like, it's got to be something. You ask him a question about like he's like really knowledgeable on just one thing. Like he knows car shit, but if you ask him anything about anything else, he's like, well, it's got to be something. Like you say, what do you think about, what would your solution be to the homeless situation in many of these urban areas? Well, you got to do something. You can't just do nothing. You can't just do nothing. It's funny because that's an actual person who actually answers. Everyone knows one person who's like that. Well, you can't just do nothing. But then there's the opposite side of that, where it's like everything's got to be, well, you've got to do something, right? What do you, so
Isn't that the same thing?
No. You can't.
It's got to be something versus you got to do something.
No,
is that what you're saying?
No. Oh, no. The opposite side of that coin is like when you're talking to a fat bitch with green hair, and she's like, "You're not doing anything," right? Someone's got to do something. Is the guy, and then the other side of that coin is you're not doing anything. It's very poetic.
That's the two ways I'm ever going to respond to news reporters if I'm ever on the news again. It's either it's got to be something or you're not doing anything.
Well,
those are the only two lines I get.
If you ask that question to two people on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, if I go to a Trump rally and say, what do we do with all these homeless people? Well, you can't do nothing. You got to do something, right? And then it is that in the opposite spectrum, if you go to Antifa or a Black Lives Matter movement, and you say, what are we going to do? What are you going to do about these homeless people? They look at you and they say, you're not doing anything. Just asking questions isn't helping, right? You have to be an ally. Which I hate the term. I hate the term an ally. Thank you for being an ally, right? Do you see those comments on posts?
Dude, you cannot say ally so loud around Hitler.
You got triggered? Did he tweak? Did he twitch a little bit?
I just heard him do one of those like screams he does in his sleep as soon as you said it.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Damn. I thought he was in Cuba or somewhere, like Colombia or something.
No, Cuba has drama right now.
Yeah.
It's one of those places apparently like the Bahamas. Like you think it's like this nice vacation spot and then you go there and it's just awful.
Bro,
that's the way the Bahamas are.
When I was in Miami, sorry, my tongue, I don't know what's wrong with me. My tongue is like, it's like swollen. I think I ate something and I'm having an allergic reaction because my tongue feels like it doesn't fit my mouth and it's making it hard to form words. I don't know if you've ever had this, but I keep on like accidentally biting my tongue more than is normal.
I've done that, and it seems like when you do it, you have a streak of it for like a week or a month.
It's so
you just bite your tongue all the time, and then you don't do it again for like 2 years straight.
I know, but it's like, so like I bit my tongue once, and it's like, I guess it's swelling, So now it's like getting more in the way, and I talk pretty fast. So I'm like chewing up my tongue. Anyways, when I was in Florida, there's tons. It's a huge Cuban population. I bought some
Wait,
Cuban cigars, but
Matt,
yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
had me muted in Discord, right? Uh, I'm talking on my phone. It doesn't matter. We're good. We're good. I'm sorry. Continue your story.
Okay. Um. Okay. So I'm in Florida.
Wait,
Huge Cuban pop.
you hear me, right, Matt?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay, we're complete. I don't know. I I'm seeing Discord on my monitor at the same time I'm seeing it on my phone, and I guess I'm getting tripped out.
Okay. Okay. I don't.
That's all. Just continue.
Okay. Okay. So I'm in Cuba. I'm in Florida.
Wait,
Huge Cuban
you went to
population.
Cuba?
No, I'm in Florida. Huge Cuban population. And when we were there, it was like the peak of like the whole Cuban situation. Apparently, there was like a big. We went to the best Cuban restaurant in all of like Miami, right? It's called Versailles. Kind of bad, to be honest. It was called the most famous Cuban restaurant in the world. Literally advertised that on its billboard. Mediocre at best. I got the someone. We were there with a person who spoke Spanish and was 100% Cuban, and he told me you've got to get the Cuban pork. Cubans specialize in their pork. I got the pork, and it came in a in a on a
Hog.
it
They
came
ate the entire
no,
pig.
it just came on a plate with like just a mound of meat sitting in a pool of like the juices with like a few sauteed onions on it. And it was the most revolting sight. And the only redeeming factor was the beans, which I will say Cubans know their way around
The
a
meat
bean.
wasn't even good. I mean, it could just be like really rare.
No. It was like shredded pork. So it was like
Yeah,
obviously cooked.
it was just shredded, and you could see all the like gross juice.
The juice
Just
had
didn't look
pooled
appetizing.
the juice had pooled on the bottom. And it had like those like the oil patches floating on it too.
Ah, no.
Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, that's
it's
pretty
like kind of
gross.
it's like when you fill up a sink and then the soap, you see the soap patches on the top. It,
Yeah.
it was that on the bottom of my plate, and he put it down, and I almost wanted to ask him, "Is this human food? Is this cat food you're trying to give me right now?" It literally looked disgusting.
That's
But
how I went to this. Sorry.
and I will say the Cuban food, I asked for salsa, which I assumed was they shared with Cuba. They brought out Tabasco sauce. What a sad excuse for a Hispanic like heritage if you don't even have salsa. I'm like, can we get some chips and salsa out here? And they're like, we don't have that.
Tabasco is not even like Hispanic at all.
It's not.
That's white people hot sauce.
It was disappointing. And you have to get a reservation like a week in advance because the place is so popular. I will say the price was really cheap because it's like a family owned restaurant. Okay, it's getting out of control, this story. All right, we're in Cuba. We're at this restaurant, Versailles. And out front is a huge Cuban protest, and they're just holding their Cuban flags, and people are honking as they're driving by. Meow, 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 meow. Just all the Cubans are going Cuban crazy, right? I turned to the Cuban friend that we're with, and I'm like, "What's going on in Cuba? Why is everyone freaking out about Cuba?" And he's like, apparently they want America to come in and help them deal with their situation that they have. Apparently they're in like a communist situation, and they want America to come and liberate them. But America wants to make them like, you know how Puerto Rico's like our little, like not part of America, but
It's like U.S. territory.
yeah, U.S. territory. They don't want to be U.S. territory, but America only is going to help them if we get to claim them as a U.S. territory or something like that.
Mm.
So in order to prove our point, America cut off, like they added like trade tariffs to Cuba to prove to them that communism doesn't work, like they're not self-sustaining, and
Mm-hmm.
now they're like falling apart, and they're like, come back, help us, America. And we're like, no, not unless you can become 51st state, you know? So soon enough, we might have another addition to that flag.
Dude, that'd be sick.
It would be cool. And the next up is Puerto Rico.
We'll just take it all back.
Yeah, we just claim it all.
No, you don't. You don't want us, Cuba. You need us.
Yeah. And another awesome thing about that is you can fly to Cuba now. Well, you would be able to fly to Cuba without a passport because you're not traveling across the country.
Yeah, you could literally go visit Cuba with no
Yeah.
passport.
Pretty cool. Although I think that they're like a pretty proud country and they want to not be part of America. But America's also proud and they're like, we're not going to help your communist shit unless you, like, we're going to help you and you're going to beg for it. You know, you're going to want to be part of America.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my understanding of the situation.
It's probably way deeper than that.
Yeah, it's obviously surface
But
level.
I'm going to go ahead and take 100% of what you said as complete fact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anytime I talk about it, that's all I know. But
And that's what we like to
I'm
do here
super
on the
well
AfroMattt
informed.
Show. Everything that comes out of our mouth
Matt
should
heard
be
it.
taken 100%. I heard it from a Cuban's mouth.
Yeah, you heard it somewhere. Remember some of it, and then I took it from you, and I'm going to remember some of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell it to another guy, and he's going to remember some of it. And he's going to think it's about like slavery in Cuba.
Cuba's not standing for the national anthem.
Yeah.
During the football game. He's like, can you believe that they're not standing for the national anthem during the football game? And you're like, what? When did this go so wrong? Oh,
All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for my story time?
Oh, yeah.
This is what I've been waiting to tell you. I might have already told you, and I hope I didn't.
All right, send it.
Did I tell you the story about the guy that got the delivery remarks at my work to not ring the doorbell?
No, I have not heard this story.
Here it is.
Okay, wait. Let me preface this. A little bit of background for anyone listening. Nick is a delivery driver.
Hey, not anymore. Not.
Okay, yeah. You're the delivery driver boss baby. You're the boss baby of the delivery drivers, right?
Of everything.
Of everyone.
There's one person above me.
So you're the boss baby
in the store. I'm the boss baby, yeah.
And he works at Papa John's. So Nick, we got to
but
know how
there is
hard
a bunch of equals. So there's GM, then there's all the other managers, and they're all on the same level, and then there's just all the pieces of shit that are expendable.
And then it's all the way at the top. You have Papa himself, Papa John's working to not
well,
say
not
the
anymore.
N-word.
Not anymore. In an optimal world, he's at the top still.
Mm-hmm.
In an optimal world, he comes by and gives me a hug every day.
In an optimal world, he doesn't say the N-word.
Yeah.
Remember when he had to work super hard to eliminate the N-word from his vocabulary?
Yeah, dude. He's coming back. Dude, we're about to have shakaronies again.
Ooh, the shakaroni pizza.
Yeah, we're about to have the shack.
I will say, when I ordered my shakaroni, it did not come in a shack box, and I was depressed.
I remember, and I was supposed to be the one to take it. That's when that guy Dakota and he's like, "I'll do my best," and then I didn't even do it.
Whack.
But okay, so man, yeah, today was a day. Today, God said, "I'm gonna test Nick. I'm gonna see how he reacts. Today made me a stronger person,
Nick
but
is
holy
Job.
fuck, dude, today was just fucking crazy. But this story's not even about today. Let's get into this.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna take a pizza, and the thing prints out on the receipt, and he sees the delivery remarks that say, "Do not knock or ring the bell."
Okay.
Okay, so he pulls up to the lady's house,
And is that
walks up.
standard? Is that sort of a standard thing that happens, or is that odd?
Yeah, yeah. It'll say like text me or don't knock or ring.
Okay.
It's okay, or like they'll give instructions to the drivers. But so he walks up the steps. He's kind of like a metalhead guy, so he's always like screaming or like playing stuff in his car super loud. So he's just like, or whatever. He just likes music. So he's just like vibing and jamming in his car. If it's metal or not, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not thinking about that. And he's just like, I'm going to go on my regular routine here. So he walks up, knocks, like 3 big ass dogs just start screaming.
Oh.
Just absolutely fucking like screaming. The lady opens the door, trying to hold the dogs back and like fighting the dogs, and is like, just hand me the pizza. Just hand me the pizza. While she's fighting the dogs. Now we're going to talk about this after. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just want to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
So he hands her the pizza while she's saying, hand me the pizza. Immediately, she drops the pizza
Oh.
upside down.
No.
A baby starts crying in the back.
It's an
She
abortion
falls
clinic.
down. She falls down and like yelps,
Mm-hmm.
and then gets back up and says like limping and says, "This is why I said not to knock." So he gets back to the store and tells us what happened, and our GM is like, "Okay, let me call the lady." She's like, "Hey, I heard what happened. Do you need another pizza sent out or something?" And she's like, "Well, actually not right now, because I'm on my way to the ER because I dislocated my entire knee."
Oh. Holy shit.
Okay, so first thing,
Wow.
if your dogs are big and scary enough and like gonna jump on someone like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you say do not knock, do not ring, if someone knocks and you know your dogs are doing that, why would you even try to open the door, let alone open the door, hold them back, and try to get something? Even if they knocked, you could literally just like come up to the window up by the front and say like talk really loud through it and like say, "Hey, they're going crazy. I'll get it in a minute."
Let's critically think through this. In this situation, best thing she probably should have done is crack open the door a millimeter and say, just leave the pizza there. Close the door, walk away, wait.
But she tried to fight him while she got it.
Christ
Fight the
almighty.
dogs. And then the baby started crying, and then the pizza flipped upside down, and then she dislocated her part of her leg.
That lady had the worst day of her life.
Now, this is all a chain of events that truly would not have happened had he not rang or knocked on the door. But that isn't also to say that lady just didn't handle that properly.
Here's the thing. A pizza, if I had a pizza fall on its face, that would have set me off for the rest of the day. That sets the pace for the entire day. My attitude towards life would be negative for the entire day. Her kid died in the background, drawing his last breath. She dislocated her elbow or her knee, and the pizza fell on its face. I mean, she might come out of that ER and just commit suicide.
I mean, that was a bad day.
Yeah, that is a bad. I think that now it puts in perspective. Every bad day that I have from now on, I'll realize at least it's not that bad, you know?
It's just a funny, like, nothing's working with you. It's all working against you. Like, one of those, like, two of those things kind of count as one, or like 3 of them. The baby probably cried because she dropped the pizza or saw her mom get hurt. Like, all of those things happened because of each other. It was just a chain of events. Bam, dropped the pizza. Dog hit me, fell over. baby cry.
Maybe she
My leg
dropped
is
the
broken.
baby.
What if, yeah, the door was half open. She had the baby in
She had
the
the
other
baby in
hand.
the other hand and just dropped the baby, dropped the pizza,
Dude,
dislocated
that
her
baby's
leg.
head just became a circle when it started crying.
What?
The baby's head just became a half circle when it started crying.
Oh, Christ, dude. That's sad. Oh, man. Wow.
And he was like saying he's not stressing about it, but then like he won't stop talking about it.
You really, I mean,
And he's not bragging at all. He's just like back, like he just doesn't know what to think
that
about
really
it.
puts into this perspective to follow the instructions left by the damn, that's heavy. That's deep.
Yeah, that was deep.
That was deep, yeah.
There's
Philosophical.
a yeah. I think there's a lot more to say there about the chain of events of life.
Mm.
You know, what if not knocking on the door is not going back to your toxic ex? You go back to your toxic ex, she gets pregnant, takes the kid, takes your money, makes you want to kill yourself, and then you die just because you
Someone
didn't
knocked
ring
on
the
your door.
yeah, just because you decided to open when the door knocked.
Christ. Open when the door knocks.
Or don't open.
Sometimes
Hey, it's
sometimes the
your
door's
decision.
left better unanswered is the moral of that story.
That's true.
I mean, you can look at it two ways. One, the guy should have followed the instructions and that would have never happened. But two, only control the things in your life that you can control. You can't control if you'll follow the instructions, but you can control if you open that door. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Only control the things in your life that you can control. That's the moral of the story. That's the hidden moral of the story. It's not his moral for reading the instructions better. It's her moral for opening the door when she knows she has 100-pound dogs and a kid who's half retarded. Now, not before the events. Damn, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Life can change in an instant.
Yeah. Such a silly, funny story.
Yeah, I mean, I love the energy. The energy was electric throughout the story. Let's see. Okay, I always bring a story that mine's not nearly as epic as that story. But mine are always like minor inconveniences because I
And then you blow them up, dude. You're like Tana Mojo.
mine are literally just minor
You're like, so
inconveniences.
I'm trying to buy some stuff that's gonna make me shit really good. And oh my god, I get stopped up for 20 seconds.
How am I supposed to follow that story that you just did? The girl just had the most traumatic day of her life, and I'm about to tell you about sitting in a line at Walmart, at Target. I mean, I can't. Okay. Okay. So I was in Target. I can't even do this. I can't. Okay. So I'm in Target, right? Stop. Okay, we just finished. So I'm in Target, and I go, and I just get a drink, right? I got a bottle, a 6-pack of Blue Moon, right? Natasha's family's coming over to the apartment for dinner. I'm gonna get some beer. We're gonna have a good time. This bottle of Blue Moon. I get to the checkouts. There's like 2 people checking out. There's a line for the self checkouts. I'm like, all right, I'll wait in one of these lines for a real cashier. I get behind this couple, this older couple, that have like 4 items, like 2 bottles of conditioner, and some like Germex and stuff, and like cat food and dog food or something stupid, right? Just small miscellaneous items. I'm like, okay, this line won't take long. I get behind them, the lady finishes swiping all the stuff. 5 minutes, maybe, not even a minute. 2 minutes to swipe all the stuff, and then this couple, and of course the woman's in a fat chair. You know, like the fat roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not disabled. I mean, I guarantee it. I mean, she's like swinging her legs, like she's just fat. That's her disability. But she goes into her purse. I'm like, okay, they're gonna pay. We're gonna get good.
She pulls out a fucking 9.
No, she pulls out a fat stack of coupons.
Oh.
She puts them on the counter, and then the cashier lady's going through them, and she's like, okay, this one needs one more. Okay, so you're gonna have to grab another conditioner. The husband goes and gets a conditioner. She swipes the rest. She's like, okay. And it's like 5 minutes of just swiping, verifying that the SKU is right, scanning, trashing the coupon, making sure, putting it back in the bag or whatever. And then she has to get her manager over there to like, who knows what, to like verify or something the coupons. The dude comes back. Now, at this point, I look at the self-checkout line, and I would have been like, you know, when you see someone and you're like, that guy got there when I was like, when these people started. Like, I would have been in front of that guy by like 4 people, and he's like leaving the store. There it is. That's the story.
That's it. That's the end.
That's the story.
This lady had coupons at Target.
Just the fat coupon lady.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Society needs to stop. Like, I was just there was this new thing I got. I'm following a bunch of like liberal news outlets because I think it's interesting. Like, I like to follow what everybody's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this new fat woman up there saying she's groundbreaking because she's reimaging what women beauty is. And I still have such a hard time getting behind. Like, I get it. There's chubby chasers out there. There's guys that like it when women can't run.
Mm-hmm. I wrote a joke.
I don't like seeing anybody in a state where their life is miserable and they feel bad all the time. And I don't think that's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're fat, and the fact that you are human is beautiful. The fact that you were able to live in a country where you can overindulge is not only beautiful but lucky, and you take it for granted.
Well, let's be honest; those African kids aren't that skinny.
Okay, but this lady, like, if you're gonna die, like, this is for your health.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to see you be better.
Amen.
Stop telling little girls that if they continue their binge eating habits that their life is going to be amazing. They can live a good life, just not as long, and you're going to feel bad those years that you are alive. Like,
listen, I'm
not saying I hate fat people. I'm saying it's not good for you, bro.
No. I am saying I hate fat people. That's completely what you don't have to stand by this. I am saying publicly right now, if you are fat and you're one of those people that's like, fat is beautiful, and I'm not talking like just normal fat, right? I'm not talking like 180 pounds or 190 or even 200 pounds. I'm talking the people that are like 300 pounds.
You got to fit like 180 to 200 is pretty standard for dudes.
Yeah. That's like a normal dude, right? Well, not like yeah. You know, like, that's not fat. I'm not saying I hate those people.
For you, if you were that much, you'd either be really fat or really muscular.
I'm talking about the people that arrive at the Walmart, spill out of their car and into a cart, and then slowly drive through the aisles of their just like mass blob flesh.
Oh, yes.
Flesh,
yes, dude.
Flesh hanging off the sides of the thing, and they've got a chihuahua in the car in the cart thing. For some reason, always have a chihuahua.
One of the hardest I've moments I've ever laughed in my entire life was when I was at the swimming pool with my stepbrother.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, we both stopped what we were doing, and they have one of those tube slides.
Mm-hmm.
And man, okay, so like when you break an egg, and this is the only way I know how to describe it. When you break an egg and slowly pour it out of the shell into like a skillet, or
Yeah.
pour that egg out of the skillet,
Yeah.
just like it's super runny. This person went down the slide, and out the bottom of the tube, guy was just like a egg yolk liquid, just
God.
oozing into the pool. He was so fat.
Mm-hmm.
And I would pay to see it again.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
I could not. I just could. It's not even that he couldn't help it. He was just. That was just the most food-like property of you are what you eat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was.
Dude, I had written a joke for one of the I was gonna do on stage, and I said, it's like it starts off like, nowadays everything's like beautiful at every size, or fat is pretty, or something like that, you know, like they have all these sayings, and you just like you just say, how much, like, I like drawing a line. Can I draw a line for when I can stop saying that? If you have to be forklifted out of your house, can we say then that maybe fat isn't beautiful? If you're the girl from,
they'll agree to it. They'll agree to it then, because they'll be like, okay, that's unhealthy. At least I can stand up. It's like, yes, but can you walk up the stairs and go back down?
can you walk? Let's start.
Can you walk? If you have to go out to the car and you come back, are you going to fall asleep immediately because that was your energy for the day?
If a serious concern of yours is if you're going to be losing limbs to diabetes, I got some news for you.
If your serious concern is that you're going to get diabetes.
Well, I might get diabetes.
You do ingest some sugar.
I mean, I'm eating Airheads as we speak. I eat sugar like a motherfucker, but
dude, one of the dudes at work today, he said literally, the Airheads reminded me. He's like, I don't know why I'm so fucking fat. I'm the most. No, that's not what he said. He said, I'm the fattest I've ever been in my entire life, and he was super frustrated. He walked to the back and he came back up with a half-eaten Airhead and kept eating it.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. All I'm saying is, if you look like the mom from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, you need to stop eating. Have you seen that movie?
Also, that guy at work, like those two things were together, but he knew what he was doing. He knew it was going to be funny when he came back up with an Airhead.
That's good. At least he's a good sport about it.
Yeah, he has humor about it.
Well, he can. Well, it's funny. Yeah, that's I mean, it's what it is. All right, Nick, I have a would you rather for you.
All right.
Would you rather? Okay, here's the situation. I heard the situation. I just thought instantly, Nick. We gotta test this out on Nick. See what his answer is. Okay. You are in the middle of a beautiful woman and a gay man in bed. Who would you turn your back to?
Wait.
Okay.
Like, are we just cuddling and napping?
Think it through, yeah.
Or do they get to have their way with whatever side I send them?
You are in bed and you're in bed, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, if you turn your back on the gay guy, he might get the intention, you know? He might snuggle. You might be Little Spoon, you know?
Well, I can make it clear, listen, I'm only doing this because of a fucking would you rather.
No. None of that. No, you have to. It's
only body language for the night, so talking's banned.
You're going to sleep. You can't. You're going to sleep, and it's you deciding which way you're gonna sleep, on your left side or facing the other way on your left side, or on your right side,
Okay. Well, I feel like the gay man, just because he's gay, is probably not going to rape me.
Okay. So you're gonna turn your
So
back.
that being said, it's the
Mhm.
same thing. Like when a lot of times when I play video games, I like to play girl characters, even though I'm not a girl, because if I'm going to be looking at something all day, I like the way women look better.
Mhm.
So I would probably face the woman as she's more comforting to fall asleep to, and hopefully forget that the gay man is there,
Until he puts his
and
big
and
gay arm
hopefully he
around you.
and on. But do you know his intentions? Just because he's gay doesn't mean he wants me. Maybe
Of
he does
course
just
not.
want someone to hold for the night. In that case, I can be his warm little teddy bear,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
He can cuddle,
It's a
and I'm
fully
gonna look
acceptable
at the
answer.
woman to be comforted, and so I don't look in this man's eyes and accidentally fall in love with him.
No, that's a
Not
fully
gay,
not
but it's
gay.
just like you don't fucking gawk a banana while you're looking at your homies. You got
Speak
to
for
pull the
yourself.
pieces off the banana.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. You don't want to get caught
Is
lacking.
that logical? I feel like
I follow your
if I
logic.
I can look at the woman now, if she looks into my eyes and falls in love, that's not a problem.
All right. What about this
But if I
situation?
look at the gay man, it's going to force me to come to terms with my sexuality finally.
All right. And I may have already done this one. Okay. You are 2 inches inside of your mom, and your
Wait,
dad. What?
is this a different one?
Yeah, this is a different one.
Wait.
You are 2 inches inside of your mom, and your dad is 2 inches inside of you. Do you, A?
I'm going to kill myself. I already know where this is going.
Okay. How do you?
Do I go forward or back to get out of it?
Yes. Do you go forward or backwards to get out?
I'm physically feel like I'm about to gag right now.
Oh God, I love this game.
I'm
Yeah. Work through it. Follow logic through it.
all right. Logically, I've shit a lot in my life.
I'm just imagining
But I'm
your
pretty
dad.
sure Pops is slanging.
Oh, God. Okay.
Man, I'm really glad my parents don't listen to this.
Mine do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give it back to you after, so you better be ready. If your Matt's parents quit listening right the fuck now. What if that's something like if your parents are like mad about? I'm coming back. Your parents are like mad at each other though, and they use that against each other. They're like, did you hear on his
Christ.
podcast? He said he'd rather go 2 inches with me than you.
Oh,
All right.
Christ.
So,
And if you're listening, parents, I want you to imagine this with your parents, grandma and grandpa. Think about that for a bit.
Also, you've got to think about if your mom's been blacked.
No. Well, this only literally applies to really your mom.
Dude. You can't say that.
Does she listen?
I said, what if your mom... Okay.
I'm sorry, that was too far.
I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, this one's
I know
tough.
my answer, but I don't want to say it.
Okay. Well, let's say both our answers at the same time. Deal?
All right.
All right. Okay, so you're going to choose either forward or backwards.
Okay.
Oh God! No,
No, you have to say it.
I truly cannot physically imagine.
I think your mom and your girlfriend switch bodies is way easier.
Yeah, that one's way easier.
Yeah, I'd do them both.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, ready?
The answer has to be 3, 2, 1, backwards.
Forward.
Oh my god, Nick. Oh Christ, Nick.
Backwards.
Backwards, you have an easier escape.
Oh,
can-
I'm gonna vomit. I don't want to talk this
Okay,
through,
okay.
but I feel like we have. No, we have to.
Okay. Follow the logic. You go backwards, and you only have to go 2 inches backwards.
You only have to take 2 more inches of dad.
Exactly.
But then you got to go 4 inches out.
Well, that's just like shitting. I've had
Well,
I've had a finger.
Is
I've,
dad slinging? I mean,
I've
actually,
had
I'm
a
assuming
finger
he's
up my
way more than
ass.
4. I'm just thinking of levels.
Well, you only have to, even if he is slinging, you only have to take 4 of it.
No,
Yes.
like 6 or 7. What do you consider slanging?
No, you only have to take 4. This is my logic. You have to. So you're stuck in limbo between 2 and -2, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get. So you only have to go 2 inches
Close, that's
backwards,
close.
which is only 4 inches. Which is like a finger up your ass, which I've had.
Okay, check this out. So the logic is, if you're as close to 0 as possible, you go all the fucking way into your mom, you back up and take all your dad's dick, and then you just go right back to the middle,
And then you can't regret. And then you can't regret
and then you're
the
out,
answer
and
you
then
chose.
your value is 0. If one's 2 and one's -2, it's 0. You never did it.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let me try to justify going forwards.
No. Okay, can we move on? This is too
No,
much. This is
you
too much to
brought
handle.
this shit up.
Yeah,
You brought
and,
this shit up.
and it's concluded. We chose our answers.
Okay, but I feel like you're missing out on some sound logic.
Oh Christ. Okay, give me your logic.
If your mom gets blacked and she's cavernous, you won't be touching as much of your mom as you would be of your father if you went backwards.
This would be an awesome saw trap. This is like a saw
Yeah,
trap.
they
This is
kidnap
literally
your
like
parents. I am
Let's
gonna
play
throw
a
up.
game.
I'm gonna vomit.
Let's play a game. Behind you is your father. He's 2
With a
inches
raging
of food,
boner.
and in front of you is your mother. The key is at the door. You must choose one way to exit.
You know, it's literally a saw trap. Dude, someone should do a comedy saw trap. Like it's kind of scary because it's not scary because it's gory. It's scary because of the situations, but it's also funny, you know?
Yeah, it is pretty funny sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
On this saw trap, let's play a game. You have to choose one. You have one cake and one dick. Do you sit on the cake and eat the dick? Or do you sit on the dick and eat the cake?
Wait. If you sit on the dick and eat the cake.
Eat the cake.
If
You
sit
get
on the
cake.
cake-
Or sit on the cake and eat the dick.
Oh shit.
Oh god. I mean,
But there's 2 cakes. Okay, so there's 2 cakes.
that is the best saw trap
One of
I've
them
ever
is
heard.
dick and one of them isn't. You don't know until you sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't even know what it's gonna be. I feel like that's a better trap.
Oh god,
And then
it's
it
such a
turns
good
out they're
saw
just
trap.
both dicks.
It's such a
You
good
just
saw
always
trap.
sit on a dick.
Oh man, this movie is seriously so good. This movie has the potential to be like, you know how like Sausage Party was like a raunchy, like edgy movie. It was like they were able to get away with a lot of stuff because it's all animated or whatever. This has the potential to be a blockbuster film, you know? Like just a cult classic.
Cult
Classic, yeah. I can't even think of other saw traps that you could do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a now this is the future of Saw because we're reaching the future. You have a
Okay.
it's like one of those
I got one.
glasses that you have to
I got
it's
one.
like one of those glasses that you have to weigh down,
Mm-hmm.
and once it reaches this certain weight, it will
Yeah. The
it'll
pound.
open the door.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
they give you a break from your
it's
previous Saw trap. Listen,
it's laxatives, and you have to fill it with
no,
your.
no,
Okay.
no. There was
Okay.
two hot chicks. You fuck them both right before the next trap just to make sure you're really out of stamina.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, you can't shit in this, you can't piss in this, or the bomb will go off in the room. You have to come
Loads.
16 ounces.
You have to just blast loads.
Into the only thing that can reach halfway.
But the thing that makes it
And
funny,
you're already dry. And your dick off.
but they just tell you, they're like, yeah, there's like they have like the Wi-Fi password on the wall and stuff, and they're like, yeah, you have 24 hours. Just have a day. Just
yeah.
it's like it's just like a
wait, that's what you spend your time on though? Like you could like literally be like accessing the police. But you spend it watching porn. This is assuming the guy is going to straight watch porn. Like the whole time he's like, man, I can't wait till my fucking muscle that got pumped out by a monster on my arm heals because I need to masturbate.
Oh, that's funny.
I need to if someone
Wait, Nick.
masturbate.
Nick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to the restroom and get a water bottle. Do an ad read. And we're going to the ad break right about now.
Oh shit. This episode of the AfroMattt Show with Nick is sponsored by Jigsaw. Oh wait, Matt, don't use that one. This episode on the we're fucking broke. We don't have a sponsor, okay? There, I said it.
And are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
What was the ad for?
You're gonna like it.
All right. Am I gonna have to edit it?
No, I didn't say anything bad.
All right. Sweet. Nick, I came up with a better solution for that. We're building on that saw trap, but instead of it just being ejaculate that you have to unlock the door with, let's call it the saw trap is full body evacuation, right? It's all fluids, right? So you drink a gallon of water, you take a laxative pill, and then a Viagra. Thoughts?
That's pretty good.
And then he's like, "Let's play a game."
Let's play a game. We just fed
What
you.
about? Okay,
Mhm.
I've hidden a key while you were asleep at the very top of your colon, and you have to give yourself. And they're already starved, so they don't have any bowel movements or anything. And they're like, you have to give yourself a colonoscopy to get the key.
No, they're not.
You have 10 minutes.
They're not that gross. Just in your asshole, just like at the edge, and then the funny.
That's so easy.
Okay, Nick, it's not easy. It's not easy to reach into your asshole.
No, if it's right on the edge.
Dude, what you're explaining is an actual saw trap.
Oh wait, we don't want actual saw traps.
No, these are fun alternative to saw. If you're gonna, they're not supposed to be gross, right? They're a fun alternative to Saw movies.
Okay. So let's see.
Dude, a perfect Saw trap.
I have switched the brains of your mother and your girlfriend.
And then, in the end, the Saw trap turns out that he didn't indeed switch their brains or bodies. So you actually just had sex with your mom. That's a good Saw trap. Because they always got like a weird twist on them, you know?
Yeah, okay. What about this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
I
play a
have
game.
placed.
Yeah.
Let's play a game.
Uh-huh.
I have placed 16 bags of mulch in the room. You have 10 seconds, or you have 10 minutes, and if you slap one, the bomb explodes.
They take a white dad and they're like, I have placed tongs next to this grill. If you click the tongs, you lose the game. The dad goes up and it's like already sizzling. The patties are sizzling.
Sweating.
There's a
It just has to grill without tapping them together.
there's like a hot dog in there it's kind of burning on one side. He's like, I gotta flip this. I gotta flip it. And he, it's like a big climactic scene where he's picking up the tongs and he's like
Those
staring
are
at
so
them.
funny. Or it's like I have a bunch of doorways in the hallway that you can reach. You have to reach the next room without slapping any of the doorways on the way.
And they're like progressively smaller.
Yeah, and they have, and like the second one has like a target hanging down from it. Like you just want to hit it so bad.
It's like 50% of people can't reach this, and you're like, dude. A good saw trap. You spawn in the room. You like wake up and you're in a room.
This is totally a YouTube skit.
You're in a daze. You wake up in a room.
Let's play a game. 5 men in this room. 1 pickle jar.
Whoever. Everyone's passing around the pickle jar like, let me try. They're all trying so hard to open the pickle jar. Oh god.
Yeah, but if you just leave it like extremely vague and don't give them instructions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no instructions.
The key is inside the pickle jar.
No, you don't even say that. You say you've got 10 minutes to figure out the puzzle. People, and there's a kitten in the middle of the room.
There's just like a light beam on just the pickle jar. They spawn in the room and they hear,
Let's play a game. 5 men. 1 pickle jar.
Battle starts in 10, 9. They don't even know what the pickles are for.
they're like talking between each other. They're like, give me that. And they're just all trying to, and none of them think to crush it on the ground.
It's just in each other's head.
It's just a glass jar, and none of them think to crack it.
That could honestly be the first puzzle is something, because then the door could open and they could see the pickle jar wasn't significant. It was just to show what they would do to each other if they were suspicious. That's like a human morality thing.
Well, the funny part is that they could have just smashed it. Like after like two people pass out from like overexertion, the last two people are like fighting over it and they slip, and then the pickle jar just shatters on the ground, and then the key just slides out from and underneath the crack in the door, and they can't get it. They're like, we could have just cracked it the whole time. Oh god, this I'm telling you, this could be the best movie in the world.
Some of those saw traps are like actually so cool though.
I can't watch Saw. I watched the first one and it was cool because it had a really cool twist and it wasn't gory. They cut away before the gore actually, like when the dude cut off his leg, he's like you heard him, and then it cut away. Like you saw him put it to his
That's
leg,
why
and
people
then it
love
cut
the
away.
Saw movies, is watching that part.
I can't do gore. I have a literal physical reaction to gore that makes me want to throw up.
The newest Saw movie, that one's like watching like real gore and stuff stresses me out. But like if you just know it's not real, then yeah.
See,
I know
I
it still
can't- I
stresses
can't-
you out because you get super like invested in the movie, and you feel like all of it's real.
I can't
The newest
I can't do that. Like I get invested deeply.
The
in
newest Saw
movies.
movie actually was really good, and it's got like a crazy twist at the end.
I heard that one was the lowest rated Saw movie. Wait, let me look it up. It was called
Really?
Jigsaw, right?
I liked it. Yeah. Pretty
Let's see,
sure.
Jigsaw Rotten Tomatoes. I'm pretty sure it got like a 30% in 2017. It got a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, I liked it.
Apparently the audience
I didn't
liked
think it
'cause
was
got an
amazing. I
89.
didn't even think the plot was cool. There is a twist, but it's like definitely not one of the best movies. It's like okay. I enjoyed it just because it's different.
Yeah. No, but I can't watch that much. I can't watch like Saw like I just can't watch it. I've seen
Matt,
I went through a phase where I would like torture myself by watching the clips on YouTube of some of the traps. And when I tell you that I'm still haunted by some of the images that I saw, I mean like I'm a 22.
it might have been because you were young.
No. I was like probably 18. And I watched these clips. And I'm 18. I can finally watch these clips and not be physically traumatized. When I tell you I'm a 22-year-old man and I still get haunting images of like the scenes in that movie, I don't know how that movie is like should it
The anticipation.
it can't.
There was this scene in this movie recently where they go to like somewhere in Central America and they're on top of a temple, and the natives won't let them leave the top of the temple because they know that like anyone that leaves there is probably like infected with this shit. There's like this evil curse. And there's a part where this guy gets like some of that curse in his legs, and so the doctor has to like cut off his legs, or one of the guys that's like a med student, and they just show them taking a sledgehammer and bashing the fuck out of his knees and then sawing through it.
So they had a saw and they decided to use the sledgehammer first.
They used the sledgehammer first to break up the bone so it's easier to cut through. Something like that. Make sure it was all nice and mashed potato-y.
Are you sure that this was a med student and not just some dude?
I'm pretty sure it was a movie. But just scenes like that, or there was a scene...
Okay, I when I'm telling you I cannot talk about this, I mean I can't even picture this stuff. Like, I'm having a physical image of one of the scenes in my head, and I'm not talking about it because it will become more and more vivid. That's how bad it is. You know, like, it's blocked out. Like, there's a big black spot in the image. I've physically, mentally, psychologically blocked it out, and as I talk about it, I'm physically suppressing that memory. So, I
Do you
don't
remember,
wanna
like,
talk about it.
Do you remember Happy Tree Friends?
That was on Netflix for a while, right?
It was like the first gore I saw in a cartoon, or just first gore I saw anywhere. And you would go to Blockbuster. They used to have Happy Tree Friends at Blockbuster, like the editions of it. But I would just see clips on YouTube. I remember the first one I saw, they were all playing. One of the squirrels like fucking like lights them on fire, shoots one in the face. Like
Yeah,
cuts the guy open while he's alive and wraps him up with his own intestines and hangs him.
But that's
I was like a little kid at the time, and that bugged me for a long time. And then I grew up, and now like nothing matters.
Yeah, well, we can't all be Nick, okay? I still have feelings, emotions, and thoughts.
I have none of those.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. It's so bad that the people that find enjoyment in the Saw movies seriously concern me. They're like, "Oh my god, I love gore." People that say they love gore, you have to take steps to physically avoid that person because that is not a healthy person. No healthy person seeks out movies filled with gore. They have some sort of trauma. They are actively pursuing something that's physically revolting. Let me repeat that for anyone listening. They are actively pursuing something that's physically revolting. That's like if your friend says, "I like getting shit on my chest," they are actively pursuing something that's physically revolting. You have to separate yourself from that person.
But I think there's an art in it. Like when I was talking to you about Saving Private Ryan, I saw Brian watching that for the first time, and it was the grittiness and the kind of like disgusting aspect of it was kind of hypnotizing.
Okay.
And captivating. Like I have to keep watching because this is so brutal. This is fucking crazy. And every scene you turn, there's a new like gory, crazy death. But maybe it's because like that's like real shit.
Yeah.
That's not just being gory for the sake of being gory. They want to impact you.
I watched Saving Private Ryan, and that movie doesn't feel like the gore is the main point of the movie, if you understand, right?
Yeah.
Gore is an aftermath of war, and what that movie's expressing is like the troubles and the turbulence throughout war and what these soldiers have to deal with. Saw is a movie that fetishizes and glorifies gore, right?
And being trapped in the gore and you're going to die. Like it's not healthy. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, for instance, like Mortal Kombat. Everyone knows Mortal Kombat for its gore. Gore is, like, of course it's glorifying gore, right? But you play it for the game and you, like, I don't know. Like
the gore is just a touch up. Like, look what I fucking did to that guy.
Yeah.
After the game.
Mm-hmm. And it's always the finisher, like, you know?
Yeah, the gore is kind of there in like the x-rays and stuff. It stabs through their lungs and stuff, but it's not the just straight up like, I just sawed this man's head in half.
Well, there is one where they do that. Rainer takes his hat off, shoves it in the ground, and then saws him through.
It's Kung Lao. He's the one with the razor blade hat. Mm. Down towards B at sweep range.
Jesus.
That's my main right there.
But you see, if they make, like, the graphics are up to date now where they could make that game look super realistic, but even with the new ones, they choose not to, right? Because if they started making that game super, super, super realistic, people would, like me, stop playing it.
Would make people even more uncomfortable.
Yeah. It approaches the uncanny valley.
Dude, I mean, Mortal Kombat had controversy when it was like an arcade game.
Yeah, when there's like 12 pixels of red that spills from someone. Finish him, and they're like swaying. And the moms are crying in the corner. Don't do it.
Okay, yeah. Matt, I'm about to pee for like 30 seconds. Stay entertaining. I'm muting my mic.
All right, we'll do an ad read. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for making it this far into the podcast. If you've listened this far, I mean, it means I guess we're doing one thing right, and that's filling the void that's in your day-to-day. Like, for instance, I love listening to podcasts while I'm folding laundry, right? You don't have to. The good thing about podcasts like this one is it fills a void, an emptiness, right? It's like when you're cooking, you play Netflix in the background. You're not listening or watching the Netflix episode. It's on in the background, right? you're not listening or watching what we're saying, you can tune in every now and then and maybe laugh or maybe engage in some sort of thoughts. But this is why we do it, right? We're here to serve you. And I hope that this podcast is as entertaining enough, or you find value in enough that you share it with one of your friends. And truly, that is because I can't go to your friend and prove, like, I can't go to your friend and prove that we're cool, right? They'll take your word way more than ours, you know. So, in conclusion, it's the AfroMattt Show. Just tell them the AfroMattt Show, and we might be having a name change soon.
Matt,
I'm not too sure.
Matt.
What? Yeah.
Are you just using this to shameless plug yourself and tell people to go tell their friend that you're a cool guy? That's what I heard.
Not. Absolutely not. But in conclusion, tell your friends. All right, Nick, are you back? Are you still pissing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let's go into Jew news. Nick, hit me with the news beat. You know, like the bum ba bum. You know, like the news intro.
Bum 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 bum.
And we're back with another Jew news. This is 101.9 Jew news. Just in today, Britney Spears just bought her first iPad ever, and she's beyond excited. So Nick, that's an actual headline. So
That's so cool. We were just joking about this stupid shit the other day. Not about her iPad, but just about shit like this.
what do you mean?
Just like, I don't care. You're not going to believe what The Weeknd wore out when he went to go eat dinner.
Yeah. True.
Adam Sandler spotted in downtown wearing civilian clothes.
But you know what's actually interesting about this? It's
What?
about the Free Britney movement. Have you heard about this at all?
Her iPad is freeing her?
Well, the thing is, she's in a conservatorship. We may have talked about this a while back, but she's in a conservatorship, which means that her father, when she had her mental breakdown and like shaved her head, you know, her father went to the court and filed for him to take over all of her assets therein and thereafter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and he won the case because she was found not fit or whatever, right, to handle her own assets. So now her father controls all of her finances. So he pays all these lawyers with her money. The lawyers are paid with her money to like actively keep her from using it, right? Because the lawyers are getting paid from her not having her money, right?
Yeah.
So recently she just went and filed a dispute in court to get her own lawyer, one that her dad didn't pick out for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when you're in a conservatorship, it's almost like slavery, right? You would that's a huge exaggeration. I'm not saying that you would rather be a slave than Britney Spears, but so she's been working for this Free Britney movement. I don't know. They might explain it in this.
Big development in Britney Spears' fight to regain her financial freedom. Spears' new lawyer has petitioned to remove her father from the conservatorship, citing an increasingly toxic arrangement. He proposed that James Spears be replaced with professional accountant Jason Rubin. Britney's estate is reportedly valued at $2.7 million in cash and more than $57 million in assets. The next hearing in the case is scheduled at the end of September.
Yeah, that kind of explained some stuff, but yeah. So, I mean, yeah. The conservatorship is weird.
Wait, what does an iPad have to do with this?
What do you mean? With the conservatorship?
Yeah,
It's that she was finally free enough to literally use her own money to purchase her own iPad. Like,
that's sad.
like she has a boyfriend, and her boyfriend's not allowed to drive her. You know, like she's on lock. She's in on lock and key, bro. Which, I mean, Tim Dillon made an excellent point on this. He said, "Why does she want to be free? Like, what is she gonna do when she gets her freedom? There's nothing to do. Essentially, is what his point."
Control your own money, bro. What do you
Well,
mean?
he was saying maybe
You
it's
can do so much.
Well, he was saying maybe it's best that she's in a conservatorship. You know, like Britney Spears. He said he wasn't that convinced. All right.
What, that she deserves her own money?
Yeah, yeah. Of course he was joking,
That
but
she's trustworthy.
all right, let's read this next headline. Bum ba bum bum bum. This one's less sad, but you might find it funny. 2 North Carolina men were killed by a train while mourning their brother killed in the same spot.
Wait, you said this one's less sad.
Wait, did I? Wait, my bad. It's more sad, but I mean, take it for what you will. That is, well, while
That's
sad,
irony.
that is
The world
ironic.
loves irony.
The world does love
That's
irony.
irony is its own threat. You've got to think, if I'm mourning my brother
Yeah.
at this spot, what would happen to me? What happened here? Did he get hit by a train? Oh shit! There's one behind me.
Yeah, I mean, the chances that this happened. I mean, wow. This is like
I don't know if I believe
this
that.
is like a South Park episode, and then their parents come to mourn all 3 of their children, and then the parents die, and then like, who is it? Cartman comes, and then
What if they wanted to die there, though? What if they made some pact, and so they weren't alive to tell the story. This could just all be inference.
Wow.
It's
I actually did not
staged.
think of that. I actually did not think of that angle. Okay. Let's see what you think about this news. 4 officers who responded to the Capitol riot have died of suicide. Let me say that again. 4 officers who responded to the Capitol riot have died by suicide.
Wait,
Can I ask?
it's weird.
Why?
Honestly, I think it's weird that all the anybody involved in this big political shit, when it's really controversial, ends up killing themselves. Are they just sad because they love the police force and they couldn't believe what they were seeing and they're the bad guy no matter what they do?
What I want to know is why literally no one is talking about this. I've not heard a single person mention that 4 people from the Capitol riot offed themselves.
It's awfully strange.
Yeah, that's strange for sure. Officer Gunther was found dead in his home Thursday. And Officer Kyle DeFreytag was found dead July 10th. It doesn't say
What are
where
the
other ones
chances that
died.
many people on the same force kill themselves around the same time? Like, that should be like a maybe 1 in every 20 years thing, if that.
Police Chief Robert J. Conti III told House Committee in January that Officer Jeffrey Smith, a 12-year veteran, that's a lot of years on the job, right? Had killed himself in the days after January 6th. And that's That's a veteran he's seen some shit. Probably harder shit than he saw at the riots. We're pretty tame compared to the crime scenes he's seen. Okay, another officer, Howard Lebengood, had joined the U.S. Capitol in 2005, died by suicide 3 days after the attack. Can I ask why so many people are killing themselves? It just seems odd. Yeah.
What if it's because you've been a good cop for 12? If you've seen the videos of the riots, they just kind of they like open the doors and
Yeah, I
like
know,
signal the guys in. They could have been just so disappointed in themselves. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, I was thinking you were going the route of they let them in and someone didn't like that they let them in, you know? And they were suicided.
That could be it too.
You know, they were taken care of.
Yeah.
In other news, you can no longer... The fuck?
Hug in Fortnite.
You can no longer simulate oral sex in Fortnite. Fair enough. We love this
I love
news.
that's how they headline it, not hug emote disabled because of
Here it
visual
is.
glitch.
There they go. The Fortnite skins are performing fellatio. And they disabled it. Nick, your opinions?
I'm really sad. I got this hug emote for me, and I gifted one to Matt, and it was a really fun emote. It's just funny to hug people. And
yeah,
two things. One, I'm mad that the emote's out of the game because it's one of my favorite. Hopefully they put it back soon. Two, I'm sad that we didn't get in on this early and do it ourselves.
Yeah,
because it would have been so. Imagine we're doing the realistic 2v2s. You fucking rape a team, and then afterwards, one of the guys that just beat you starts sucking the other one's dick. Like, that is so funny. Yeah, we missed out big.
Next week, we'll find out that you just added an emote where it just does it for you.
They're going to add... Yeah, it just does it for you. I mean, they're going to start losing money. They're going to have to start sexualizing Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're going to add more accidental jiggle physics.
All right, and now let's go through this. This is a weird lane I found, not on TikTok, in just the general population. And it is the weird kid games. Okay, now I'm gonna play some trailers for you. These are commercials, like you would find this on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network.
What's Doggy doing? Oh no, he's in the doghouse now. We love you. Let's play. Make a tasty treat. Eat up, Doggy. Roll the die. What's that sound? What did he do? You win by collecting Doggy's Doo. Doggy Doo by Goliath.
Okay.
That's treating that's conditioning your kids to pick up the dog shit later in life.
Okay, that's Doggy Doo. This is Speak Out. This one's deeply disturbing.
All right. You got it. Go.
My feet stink like moldy cheese sauce.
My seat stink like moldy cheese.
My feet.
Eat for the hooky end will bother you.
So, for anyone listening and not watching, it's this device that you put in your mouth that holds your mouth, so your lips can't touch. So all your teeth are just showing. And it's the weirdest thing to see.
You can't use your lips at all.
Yeah.
It's like what the dentists use on you.
Yeah, it's like this dentist contraption, and they shove it in their mouth.
It God, that's only in the borders of other people's deepest crevices of their gums. You have to sanitize the fuck out of that every time you use it.
You have to boil those things.
You just have to buy a new one every time you want to play.
Yeah. And here's a new weird kids game. Deeply, deeply concerning.
This is gross.
This is gross.
Pimple Pete.
What the
Jen nails
fuck?
the perfect pop. Ricky's trying slow and steady. Oh no, pimple juice. Ooh, gotta see that one
Ew,
more
dude.
time. Ew, gross. Keep on popping with hashtag.
Like,
Okay, so you gotta fucking pop and pull the zits off this guy's face. It's like that little alligator game where if you press the wrong tooth, it goes down. But if you touch the wrong pimple, you get squirted with pus. It's really just water, but the idea.
Like this is so absurd. I thought this was satire. But it's by Spin Master Games. And they create a lot of, they have Family Feud, they have X-Men, they have 100 games in one, they have the Friends game, they have Headbands. They have Perplexes with the ball, they have Jenga, giant Jenga tower. I mean, this is just concerning. Nick, any opinions on Pimple Pete?
Yeah, that's gross. It's the doggy dude didn't bug me as much. The last two did.
I'm gonna see how much Pimple Pete cost. Let's go shopping for Pimple Pete. Pimple Pete is like $14 at Walmart.
Oh,
Nice.
It's actually sold at Walmart.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. It's not gonna cause any weird situations for kids in the future.
Look out for that on YouTube. We're gonna be playing Pimple Pete.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. All right, let's go into the TikToks and then we'll be done. This is a classic. We love
Hood meals.
hood
Yeah,
meals.
some people asking me, can I saute the shrimp in Terminator? Damn right. I'll show you right now. Damn.
Bro, this guy
got that
lives
Chop
it
you
up.
up some butter. Oh, damn, I need a fork. Oh, damn, a knife, I mean. The fuck? Oh, my God. I told her the phone to give me another week. 2 pieces. Grab some of this. Butter in there. Shrimp in there. See, y'all please go shop. Go shop right at Hood Meals Way. Yes, sir. Season it. Add a little taco sauce.
It turns me to mix it.
There you have it. About to smash. Hood Way. Yes.
I mean, I couldn't understand a single word he was saying except for that. Hood meal, yes. That is Hood Meals on TikToks, everyone. Hood Meals, and he just makes everything, literally everything, in what looks like a coffee pot contraption. It could be an air fryer. It's definitely multi-purpose. I hope to God that guy doesn't live in that house.
I hope he doesn't too.
I mean, that guy's COVID 24, bro. That guy's definitely carrying something. Let's oh, did you see the Kanye thing? Did you see the Donda watch party?
No, I saw a clip of him flying into the sky.
Okay, yeah, so Kanye rented out the entire stadium. I forgot what stadium he rented out, but he did a part 1 of of a live listening party of his album. It's not released yet, so everyone there got to listen to it before it comes out. Turns out he wasn't releasing it, so everyone went home or whatever and left the listening party. Donda's not released yet, so they can't listen to the music. He makes a pact with himself that he's not leaving that stadium until the Donda's finished, right? So he live streams himself.
Is that a song?
What? Donda's the whole album. The whole album.
Okay.
So he makes a pact with himself that he's not leaving until Donda's finished. So like 2 weeks later, he's lived he has live streamed himself 24/7. He has lived in this stadium. He finishes it, and now they have a listening party part 2, and he fully ascends, and the music's actually pretty good. This is him. He is arms outstretched, being hoisted to heaven, and he just left. It was actually pretty. It's actually pretty emotional, because he left the roof off of the stadium so that his mom could watch from heaven, and then in the end, he was like going up. I don't know. He's definitely an eccentric dude.
Yeah, he's going through it, is what's going on.
I mean, the dude just got divorced from Kim Kardashian and is now making badass music. I forgot what the song was that I like from it. Kanye.
Dude, his woman was holding him down.
It's Moon. Here, let me play a little bit of Moon. Wait, here's a clip of him ascending.
Album Donda listening event.
It's one of these. Fuck.
Heaven knows I might never sleep. Trouble in my soul.
Is this like changed pitch so it doesn't get removed? One of those things?
I don't think so.
I imagine it'd have more than 1,000 views.
It could just be kept on getting sniped as it gets uploaded. Oh, here it is. Here's the best part. This is the part when he's ascending. Just imagine this music. So soon. How do you feel? Zen.
That doesn't sound like music.
What do you mean?
Like I don't even know what's going on.
Dude, this is why he's an artist. And everyone else is a pop star. He is an artist. That song can make you feel emotion. If that song can make me feel emotion, it's doing something right. Right? Fair
okay.
enough. Doesn't that song just make you want to like lay back and just like ascend with him?
I mean, it definitely seems like
it's a full experience.
This is a song you'd listen to if you're trying to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's not. You're not trying to get hyped to that. You're not gonna. Yo, give me the ox, bruh. We're at a Ranger. Play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless in the middle of the party, you just want to have an ascension. You want everyone at the party to ascend in the middle of the party.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could just play it. Everyone, it's like, all right, everyone completely silent for this one song. You all just sit in a circle and listen to that, and then you just go back to bumping.
Everyone on your backs.
Everyone after the party will talk about that and be like, do you remember that moment where we just listened to that Kanye song and just sat there in the quiet? That was like, that changed my life. That night I quit my job and started my own business.
Speaking about quitting your job and starting your own business, here's a Gary Vee video.
Do you need help?
I sure do. I need to buy a lot of lemonade from you.
How many lemonade?
I'll take one. Thank you, brother. How much is that?
It's usually $1.50 if you buy a cookie.
Well, I don't want a cookie, but I'm gonna give you 20, and you're gonna give me a 10 back. I'm gonna pay $10. because this looks like real.
He's
This looks
asking
like
for
real
change.
lemonade. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So he asked for change. He didn't just give the kid $20. He's like, give me a 10 back at least.
I'm interested in a large lemonade, please.
Large lemonade is $1.
Can I give you $20 for a large lemonade? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You know what would be funny?
Wait.
You know what I just thought of?
Why did he make the first kid give him 10 back though?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But you know what would be funny is if I do this at like a restaurant, I'm like, they're like, okay, your total at Slim's Chickens is or Chick-fil-A. They're like, okay, your total is $5. I'm like, how about this? Can I pay with a 20? And then you give me $14.98 back. Just like, yeah, actually just your change. That is some Gary V shit. That is some Gary V shit. I'm going to give you a $100 bill. And you're going to give me $78.52. God bless.
Keep the change.
Imagine if this guy was
Have a great
Mr.
day.
Beast.
You're welcome. We'll be supporting that 25-cent man. I'll take a cup, buddy. Keep the change.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gotta support the original hustle, you know what I mean? Look at the pouring skills. The extra lemons in this bowl is really good marketing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Caught my eye. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That kid didn't even know what was going on.
What if he just got down on the level and it's like, he just like squatted down. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to pretend I'm Gary V. He squats down. Hey, man. I love that advertisement. That lemon caught my eye so hard. Now, let me ask you. I love your hustle. This is the original hustle. But do you imagine your parents being murdered every morning?
He's like, you could be making so much more money.
You could
just
turn
imagine
this,
your parents getting murdered.
You could turn this into a multi-million-dollar company. You just have to have the drive. And you have to want it so much that you will get it. And you have to imagine your parents being murdered. Do you know what death is? It's like a 5-year-old. Do you know what death is? Yeah, that's when your grandma is no more. That's when she goes to sleep. Now, every morning I want you to wake up and imagine your parents are asleep forever. She just starts crying and he just slaps her. He just fucking slaps her.
He says, I'm happy. I'm happy.
He just slaps the shit out of this like 6-year-old. Look at me. You want to be happy like me?
Dude, it's so interesting that you've chosen this guy to pick on like every episode.
I just hate Gary. He's just such a scumbag.
Doesn't it, like the first guy when he's like, I'm gonna give you a 20, give me 10 back. It's like, if you're that successful and you're asking for change and you're making a video about it,
yeah,
that just seems like it's like, one, just for clout, and two, like you're being really condescending to a little fucking kid.
Oh, God, he doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that the kid's 12. He will literally tell the kid, the 12-year-old, he'll tell the 5-year-old kid to imagine his parents are being shot in the head. He'll play a clip of an ISIS beheading. He's like, imagine that's your parents underneath that hood. Every morning when you wake up. And you will want to succeed so hard because you know every day that you're thankful for your parents being alive. And then he just takes a simple sip out of his lemonade, puts it on the counter, and says, keep the change. And give me $10 back. And then keep the change. Yeah, I mean, Gary V, what a guy. All right, speaking of like a salesperson, this is a really bad one. I just like this one because it's not staged and it's super funny. I'm gonna start playing it. It's a minute long, but I'm gonna go take a piss like 5 seconds.
Hello.
Howdy. Hey, sorry to make you come to the door. I'll be real quick. Don't worry.
Well, I would come to the door, but we have COVID. My husband has COVID right now, so I don't want to expose you to that.
Oh, I'm vaccinated, and I'm really not that worried about it, to be honest.
Okay, well, what do we got here? What are we selling?
Drugs. I got it all.
Oh, God.
Promethazine, Perkies, Adderalls. What do you guys need?
I'm gonna pass on that today.
Don't worry, playa. I'm joking. I'm doing the mosquitoes and the spiders out in the yard around the house. And I'm getting everyone done. It's super cheap.
Okay, do you have a business card you can leave?
I'm not the flyer boy, but I promise you it'll take me 3 minutes or less. I'll even give you 6 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go now. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one.
Oh, man.
Wait, he said he was just gonna go spray their yard for bugs and shit.
Yeah.
That was really awkward.
I mean, wow. I
think he actually was trying to sell drugs and he was just playing it off.
Maybe, but I think he's just a door-to-door, like, flea and tick repellent, like, roach infestation sprayer kind of guy, you know? Because those people are, like, hard salesmen, you know? Like, they have to be, like, they come in cold, they're approaching your area. It's not only a cold call, it's literally a cold, like, just existence. They just show up and they have, like, the people that sell you fucking, I have a funny story about this.
Dude, is it the vacuums? Is it the Kirby vacuums?
The Kirby vacuums. Yeah, they come into your house and they have this $1,000 Kirby vacuum, and they my dad's like, come on in, and my dad's having him vacuum the stairs. He shows him, and the guy says, do you actually know what the dirtiest spot in your whole house is?
The bed.
And we're like, what is it? He's like, the bed. And he's like, do you have a bed that we can try this on? I'm like, try it on mine. So he vacuums my bed, and while he's doing this, he's taking out the little pads. They're
and
like
he's placing them all over the floor.
And he just litters all over the floor. Your house is covered in these, like,
you
little
know why
filters.
They do that?
It's so you can show the amount of dust it's collecting.
Well, no, it's also so they can show their boss. They say, like, my boss likes to see that. The whole time was your guy, like, making calls back to his boss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's super weird. They were doing it at my ex-girlfriend's house, and she was uncomfortable, and I literally had to kick the guy out. He was like, well, I'm like, why are you doing that? He's like, my boss likes to see it. And she tried to tell him we had to leave, and he would not just leave the house. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, hey, guy, she was nice to you. I'm not going to be so nice to you. Get out. Like, leave. We don't want you here. And he just got super awkward and super silent.
So my dad's like, my dad finds enjoyment in this type of stuff. And he's like, oh, damn. He's like, you're picking up a lot from that bed. He's like, how about this? I've got a dirtier one downstairs. So now this poor dude is vacuuming my sister's bed.
Your dad played the players.
Yeah. So we got our whole house deep washed.
I wonder what it would do to my bedroom carpet. Oh man.
Oh man. Tell me, man. Look at me in the eyes. Does this work on cars? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. This does not work on cars.
Scam. You know they'll, like, sell it to you for a shit ton of different prices just to see how much they can get out of you.
Well, the funny thing is,
let me go call my boss.
No, yes. My dad's
$100.
like, how much is this? And he's like, do you have a piece of paper? And he wrote down like $3,000 on a piece of paper. My dad's like, he's like, is this total? Does this come with everything? And he's like, yeah, it's all included. And he's like, how about this? Can you do 1,000? And then the dude's like, let me call my boss. Dials up, goes.
They
like,
pretend like it's a big deal.
He's like, pss, 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 pss. Just whispering. He's like, hey man, can I get a discount off this? And he turns around and he's like, how about this? I'll do $2,000. And then my dad's like, well, I mean, my dad literally told him, he's like, I could find this on eBay in like 15 seconds for $700. And the dude's like, all right. And then he takes the paper and he's like super official and he writes on the paper, he's like, $1,300. He slides it across the desk to my dad. I'm watching this whole
Why
negotiating.
is it so suspicious?
He literally writes on a piece of paper. My dad is listening probably right now, and he well, actually, I don't even know if my dad listens to the end. Who makes it to the end of the podcast? Let's be honest.
He probably tuned out at the forward or backwards.
Yeah, true. And so he slides it across the desk, and my dad's like, he's like, you know what? I don't think we're gonna come to an agreement. Leaves the house. That night, my dad bought a Kirby vacuum for like $100 online, and it showed up within a week. And you know what we did with it? It came with a ton of filters and shit, so we just started doing the filter shit and just leaving it around the house. We were making fun of that guy so hard. Oh god, the Kirby vacuum, dude. It's funny. The Kirby vacuum.
They're notorious for this, and like they have bad reviews of their job because they're told that like an open door is an invitation into the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just force their way into your house, which is not epic.
Definitely not cool. But I sympathize with that dude in that video because that's kind of what I do on my job, except I'm better at it because I'm on a phone.
Mm-hmm.
But that is an awkward situation. That guy probably just doesn't care about his job. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it, playa.
Yeah, he definitely does it.
All right, let's watch couple TikToks and we're done.
Shit. I will not be coming back to Texas Motor Speedway until this cooler ban is lifted. And none of us should come back. It's 100 motherfucking degrees out here. We're fixing to pack these stands full of people, and Texas Motor Speedway says, oh, by the way, motherfuckers, you can't bring a cooler. This is a bunch of horse shit, and I ain't gonna allow no fucking body to push me around and tell me what the hell I can and cannot do. NASCAR fans pay the bill up in this son of a bitch. That's who pays the fucking bills around here. Now you gonna fucking listen and we gonna bring our fucking coolers or we ain't fucking coming back, motherfuckers.
I can't relate to that.
What do you mean?
I don't relate. Do you relate?
I love his energy. That's the kind of energy they need at these like BLM protests, bro. Imagine if he was just super against cops. He was just out there screaming about cops.
I'm pretty sure they already have that kind of energy.
I know, but no, they definitely do not have that energy. They don't have some country bumpkin man who's like probably a trucker screaming about Black Lives Matter. His whole aesthetic would be so funny in that situation. These goddamn cops can't do shit. Someone's got to do it. Oh, man. All right, let's watch one more TikTok. One more. And you get to pick it from the screen.
I want the stop moving. Go down one.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. We've watched this guy before. He's the perfume guy. And I'm going to be honest, he's gone a little bit more disturbing.
So usually this stuff is solid like this. It is so sexy. Well, I could just lick this whole thing, but it would be literally thousands of calories. But what I wanted to show you is ghee, when it heats up, just like butter, looks liquid. You see it? Smells the same. And as far as I know, all my Indian viewers, you can correct me, but this is originated in India, because in India, they didn't have fridge for a long time. And so what did they do? They clarified the butter, extracted everything besides the fat out of it, to make it stable even at high heat. Well, this is very high heat now, but this is it.
So what is that? Is that guy on cocaine? What is it? What makes someone act that bizarre?
I don't even know what his point was.
He sniffed the ghee and he just started writhing his tongue.
Yeah, and he did it for an awkwardly long amount of time.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that guy's probably coked out.
We can do one more. Come on.
Okay, one more.
Do the water. Do the water.
Ugh. You don't want to do this one. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's disturbing.
Really is a beautiful day out here on Old Hickory Lake. But my favorite part, you got all this free snack, you know.
Oh.
Oh.
They got all that free snack. So this guy's like
he's floating on the lake. And he grabs a handful of moss and then just starts eating.
And just starts munching down on it. All right, I'll show you one more. This one's my favorite.
Is this a chiropractor?
No, this is not a chiropractor. This guy's called... The actions in this is performed by professionals as supervised by professionals. And it's called couch jitsu. He's like a guru.
Very light touch. Just 1 gram of pressure.
1 gram.
Because it's correct, not because it's light. Light is just light. Or, he's so powerful, oh, he crushes me. I use not light, I use heavy. I use heavy. Very heavy. Or very light. I use very slow. Very slow. Doesn't matter how fast he wants to move. I use slow. Or I use very fast.
If the big guy wanted, he would just get on him.
Not light, not heavy, not fast, not slow.
The fuck?
That's the most staged thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and if you... I'll play it
If
again.
you see the guy like fly to the ground when he barely taps his back, like...
So this video you have to watch twice, because one time you're watching his movements and he's like controlling this dude that's like probably twice his weight. He's like easily controlling him and manipulating him around, pushing him to the ground with one hand. And then the next time you listen and the next time you watch, you have to listen to the things he says because it's very, very confusing.
Correct. Not incorrect.
Here we go.
Very light touch. Just 1 gram of pressure.
1 gram.
Because it's correct, not because it's light. Light is just light.
Light is just light.
He's so powerful, oh, he crushes me. I use not light, I use heavy. I use heavy. Very heavy.
Very heavy. It's pushing him to the ground.
Or very light.
Very light.
Yeah, the actual students here learning couch
I use
jitsu.
very slow.
Very slow. He's controlling his speed. It's slow-mo.
Very slow.
Very slow.
Doesn't matter how fast he wants to move. I use slow. Or I use very fast. Change.
Push him.
Not light, not heavy, not fast.
Okay, now this part, listen. If your teacher ever tells you this, it's astonishing how many people are in the audience listening to this guy teach. Here we go. Now, what you can glean at all from the information he's about to give you, I don't know. How you learn in this class.
Not light, not heavy, not fast, not slow.
Okay, so what?
Correct.
Okay.
Not
thanks.
Incorrect.
Then what?
I mean, he literally is he's making money from telling people absolutely nothing. You know?
Dude, that's Gary Vee.
This guy is Gary Vee. This is what I see Gary Vee as. Not heavy, not light.
Not light.
Not light,
slow,
not slow, just correct, not incorrect. And you're like, what are you telling me? Not heavy, not fast, not slow, not fat. Wait. Not slow, not fast, not heavy or light. Correct. Not incorrect.
No, the point he's trying to teach here is that couch jitsu, there's no such thing as it being slow or heavy. There's only one true answer to every situation.
Mm.
And it's, I mean, he could be taking that angle.
So Nick,
I don't think it's that deep though.
when are we taking couch jitsu classes?
Do they have them near here?
No, I don't think so.
I'll do it with you. Hit this guy up.
Dude,
Ask him for video lessons.
If you go to a martial arts training place and you see multiple people sitting on couches, I mean, you have to seriously start questioning your decisions in life. If you enrolled in a class to learn couch jitsu,
taking it seriously.
Yeah. There's too many people in that class, for one.
Something tells me the whole point isn't couch jitsu, it's jujitsu. And they took it out of context, and he's just trying to teach how to fight from a compromised position.
This is not jujitsu. Jiu-jitsu, you don't control people with your arms, you control them with your feet. Because they're like 4 times as strong. The only time you really control people with your arms is when your feet are unavailable or you already have them with your feet, you know? Like if you already have your legs wrapped around them, then you start working them with the arms and you try to get them choked. But I mean, I love that TikTok put the actions in this video are performed by professionals. Like if you try to attempt this.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
TikTok added that little tag too. Thanks, TikTok. And that is Mick Dojo Life on TikTok if you want to check him out. Well, Nick, we've come to the end. We have come to the end.
Yep. Here we are, the end. The end of it all. The end of everything.
Well, someone's got to do something. Oh shit. Nick, what do you have to say about finish us off?
I'm so gay.
And so am I.